me flop, man.
Oh.
But my...
What? No. Oh,
That's
what
dead.
is wrong
That was
with you?
dead. Self-discipline and obedience. You ruining it.
You're not doing it.
It's filming. Nah, go again.
It's like 100.
Go again, man. Hi, I'm Taylor. This is my testimony. We've been going to Lighthouse for about 10 years now. I started going with my mum. Yeah, she was invited by Liz Gard. And throughout that time, my faith was kind of reliant on my mum's. You know, I was going to student house group and the worship team and stuff like that. But I don't think I would have gone to as many things if it wasn't for my mum taking me everywhere. It came to the time when I was going to university and I started to pray with my mum and my nana. You know, praying that I wouldn't get caught up in the uni life of going out and drinking and all those things. But when the time came, yeah, I did, because my heart really wasn't in the prayers. I kind of thought that I would do these things anyway. I would go out drinking, you know, I'd meet girls and all that stuff, and it happened in the end. So then, when I was at university, I started having these dreams, and one dream in particular, I was looking at myself in the mirror, and my eyes started to roll in my head, and I woke up and I researched what the dream meant, and it actually meant that I was far away from the sun. You know, so throughout that week, I couldn't sleep after that. You know, I'd stay up, scared to sleep, thinking that I wouldn't wake up and things like that. I went to church one time when I was in Preston called Potter's House, and I felt really convicted, but because I was so used to going out and drinking, I didn't really go back and I didn't really take it seriously until I went to the men's conference. So at the Empower conference, the Men of Faith conference, Barry Woodward was talking about overcoming your fears and overcoming everything that you were struggling with and not letting those things entangle you. And it really spoke to me, and I was kind of convicted, but I still went back to my old ways and still was going out and drinking and doing all those kind of things. And then I remember one day, I think it was a Sunday morning, and Jesse tweeted something about church, and I thought, you know, I've really got to get back into this. So I woke up, had my own little worship set, and I just really started to cry. And at that time, I was meant to take a PlayStation game back to university with me called Far Cry. And my mum was cleaning the house and she found this game and never seen it before. And at that same time that she found the game called Far Cry, I actually rang my mum and was just crying down the phone and telling her everything that I was going through, and just told her everything that had happened during my time in university, and she just continued to pray for me and didn't judge me. And from that moment, I just decided, you know, I've got to live for God, and I'm not going back to where I was, and I'm not going to make those mistakes. So this year has been completely different. When I went back to university, I stopped going to the parties, I stopped going out, I stopped drinking, and I stopped hanging with certain people and made more friends in the Potter's House Church. People recognise the difference and were, you know, calling me names, you know, tweeting things about me and stuff like that. And I remember one day I was at church and then there was a house party at my house, because my friends all still do that sort of thing. So I went back to the house and there was everyone there from last year, and they all formed like a group and were like taking the mick out of me, saying, why do you believe in Jesus? Why do you not have sex anymore? Why do you not do these things anymore? And then, so basically this one guy came up to me and said, you know, why don't you do these things? And he took me outside and we had a good conversation about it. And he was saying that he used to have a faith and his mum used to tell him to go to church and stuff like that. And recently we've been texting each other quite a lot. He's quite depressed at the minute, but you know, I can see signs in him wanting to come to Jesus and wanting to come to church, which is really cool. And there's quite a few other testimonies of that where I've been being able to talk to people about my relationship with God and showed them Christian music and stuff like that as well. So it's gone really good. And I was reading the Bible the other day, and it says in 1 Corinthians 9 about how Paul wanted to have endurance, and that patient endurance, and really bring his body under subjection and really kind of run the race with endurance. And I feel like that's really important for us at this time. And I feel that as well, that if we have self-discipline in the small things, we can learn to be obedient in the big.